I left behind my company in a bad time, even though it gave me the promotion I asked for. When the promotion email hit my inbox, my hands shook. I was moving into the director's seat, and I thought of Tom first. He hired me 8 years ago, taught me to set clear goals, give room to work, and fight for our team. He caught small wins, fixed small misses, and saw people, not just tasks. I modeled my own team after him when I became his peer. Now I was his boss. He smiled, shook my hand, and told me he was proud. A friend later said he was crushed. Leaders above us had told him he was next when our director retired, and he had turned down better pay outside because of that promise. I felt sick. I would not have applied if I had known, but the job was posted. The new VP liked my plan, and I got it. 2 weeks in, I updated the chart and had to mark Tom as preferred successor for my old job. I needed him to stay. He knew every client by first name and what kept them up at night. My team ran operations, so I had less client time, and his group was young because many of his hires had moved up. I met with HR and the VP again and again. Can we give Tom a raise? A bridge title? A retention bonus? I asked it every one-on-one. The answer stayed soft, no. Structure is tight. Budgets are frozen. Next quarter. Tom stayed steady, thanked me for looping him in, and never complained. Then a court case killed our wide non-compete. A week later, Tom shut my office door and handed me a letter. He had accepted a job as head of sales and marketing at a fast-growing startup that built what we built, only newer. He could work remote from our city, lead a bigger team, get more pay, and have equity we did not offer. He had waited for the court ruling, then moved before our execs could write a tighter policy. My mouth went dry. I knew what would follow. Some clients would choose the better product and the person they already trusted. I asked why he had not told me sooner. He said he did not want to spoil my win and that it was about a broken promise, not me. I thanked him and said I would make his exit clean. Then the mess started. HR and my VP rushed a counteroffer still lower than his new package. I said it was tone deaf. They told me to deliver it anyway. Tom said no in 10 seconds and thanked me for trying. The next day, the COO asked why I had not done more to keep him. I pointed to months of emails where I had asked for tools and been told no. She said, money isn't everything. If you want to succeed, build a culture that is magnetic to people like Tom. I am a manager, not a magician. Still, I kept the team moving. We trained, called clients, shared materials, and met every morning. We lost a quarter of the renewals in 6 months and won only one new deal. I drafted a plan to rebuild the product and take ground back, shipping a fresh version in stages. My VP hesitated. Costs looked heavy. Then the virus hit. The company cut spending, and leadership put our product in legacy mode. 16 people reported to me. 14 were laid off. On April 15th, I turned in my badge and walked to my car with an empty box. That week, an email from Tom popped up. His startup was hiring and moving fast. In days, they had built a tool to help clients manage federal relief work. The back office was chaos. New laptops, new accounts, new people. He said they needed a head of internal operations to bring order and asked if I was open to it. I read it twice, then called him. He repeated what he had told me on his last day. He respected me and would have stayed if our company had kept its word. Now he wanted me as his peer. I joined 2 weeks later. I set up purchase flows, cleaned up vendors, wrote simple policies people would read, and fixed a maze of shared drives. It was long weeks, but the work made sense. I got a raise, equity, and the promise I could stay in my city. Every few days I met a client we had once lost and watched them sign with us. I kept thinking about the COO's line about culture. Here, we wrote offers fast, matched what people were worth, and told the truth early. Culture was not a poster. It was choices made in real time. I was glad I had treated Tom with respect, even when I was scared he would leave, and even when I had to push an offer I knew would fail. I did not guilt him or burn a bridge. I said thank you and good luck. In the end, that bridge carried me out when the ground under me gave way. Now on Monday mornings, I feel the old pulse of worry, but it lifts when I see our projects move from planned to in progress to done. I never planned to be Tom's peer again, but here we are, building something new from scratch. And this time the path is clear because the people at the top keep their promises and expect us to keep ours. I think about that first day in the director seat and the shake in my hands. I feel it again sometimes, but now it is energy, not fear. It tells me to call the client, fix the bottleneck, and give the raise before some other offer forces it. It tells me to do simple things early, so I never have to carry a box to my car on a bright afternoon again.